After 56 hours in Dismantle, I destroyed almost everything the game had to offer. Entire areas cleared, quests completed, and more broken buildings than I could count. But somehow, I still wasn't done. And the worst part is, I didn't even plan to finish this game, but somewhere along the way, I forced myself to. I didn't originally plan on making a video about Dismantle, but about 10 hours in, something changed. What started as just messing around slowly turned into me wondering how far I could actually take it. And before I really thought about it, I decided I was going to complete the entire game. Dismantle is a survival game where you explore a massive map, break pretty much everything you come across, gather materials, and upgrade your gear to reach new areas. And without really planning it, this turned into my first real completionist run. Starting out, the game was honestly a little overwhelming. The map was huge, progress felt slow, and I kept running into areas I couldn't access yet. At first I thought I was stuck, but it turned out I just wasn't approaching things the right way. The more I explored, the more I realized how interconnected everything was, which also meant I was way further from finishing than I thought. After a while, it became obvious that upgrading my tools wasn't optional, so I leaned into it, and slowly, things started to feel better, resources came faster, enemies were easier to deal with, and clearing areas actually felt doable. Not easy, but manageable. Then, I unlocked the sledgehammer, and that completely changed everything. Objects that used to slow me down were suddenly easy to deal with, and areas that used to take forever started disappearing much faster. For the first time, it felt like I could actually push forward instead of constantly being held back.
I need to lock in more.
As I kept exploring, I started noticing something. There was an area near the center of the map I kept seeing, but couldn't reach it. At first, it just made me curious, but the more I uncovered the world, the more it felt like everything was leading me toward it, and that only made me want to get there even more. Around this point, the game started to feel different. Not worse, just different. I was spending more time running across the map than actually progressing, so when I found out there was a DLC that added fast travel between campfires, I caved. Not because I wanted more content, but because I wanted to save time. And once I unlocked it, everything became smoother. Less running, less downtime, more progress. Then, I found the Ark. And at first, it didn't seem too bad, just a list of materials I needed to donate, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized what it actually meant. Up until this point, most of what I needed came naturally from exploring, but this was different. Now I had to go out my way to get specific materials, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. And that's when the game started to shift. It stopped feeling like pure exploration, it started feeling like a checklist. Then, the gameplay loop changed. It went to plant crops, wait, explore, break everything, repeat. Over and over again. It wasn't overwhelming, but it was definitely more grind than I had initially anticipated. And at that point, I was already too far in to stop. At the same time, I was finishing everything else, side quests, points of interest, hidden areas I had missed earlier. And that's when the scale of the game really hit me. Every time I thought I was close to being done, there was always something else I had overlooked. But little by little, things started hitting 100%. Eventually, everything started to come together. The map was cleared, every quest was done, the Ark was complete, all achievements were unlocked. And after more than 56 hours, I had finished almost everything the base game had to offer. But when I checked my progress, I still wasn't done.
After all that,
I did finish it, but somewhere along the way, it stopped feeling like something I wanted to do, started feeling like something I had to finish. And I think that's the difference. But if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing for more completion challenges like this one.